Hi and welcome back to Cheeky Crypto. My name is Nick, and today guys we're going to be jumping back down into the charts for Vechain, see what's been going on most recently and what I kind of expect to happen next. As I get into this video, if you find it useful and informative, hit the like button. I really do appreciate that. If you happen to be new to the channel, why not go ahead and subscribe, tap the bell, select all notifications, and in doing so you will be kept up to date with everything that we do here at Cheeky Crypto. If you have not yet joined us in Discord, links in the description down below. Fantastic community talking crypto 24/7. It's completely free, and I don't think you'll be disappointed by what you find down there, so why not go ahead and check it out today. If you're looking for a little bit more from the crypto space, whether that is project reviews, AMAs with me and Chris, twice weekly, through to a little bit of trading, strategies and bull markets and bear markets, why not check out the Patreon services down in the description as well. Okay, let's get into this, right? So Vechain paired up with USDT, hourly chart, and Binance is our data source. Okay, so here we can see that we were tracking this kind of ABC structure coming down. Obviously, I was a little bit maybe optimistic about this. I actually had this A wave a little bit shorter than we actually went, and our B wave was very shallow in comparison to where it's actually gone up to in the last couple of hours. So I'm going to just adjust this. We have our A wave down here. We have our B wave just coming up a fraction. It means that our low target is going to change ever so slightly. So let's go ahead and just get that in place, and we'll see what's going on here. So we've got this one taking us up now to about 4.5 rather than the 4.7. So I'll just go ahead and just drop this on here. It comes in at 4546 in total. And I'm just going to move that over and then just adjust this there and then delete the fib. Okay, so that's kind of what we're looking at. We've got a stochastic RSI that can still pull back down. It is possible that this price moves up higher. It could even go higher than the origin here and become an expanding flat. It could, quite easily do that. However, I would not necessarily expect that. And we have got a three-wave move down here. We've got a three-wave move going up. And, we are taking a look at this as a larger kind of ABC structure. Okay, so we might start seeing 5 waves down here as we start to bring back down to maybe towards some of these lower targets that we had and spoke about in the previous video. So what we're going to do is we're going to just take a look at one other kind of wave count, because I think these are subwaves. So what we can do is we can assume that this might be an A, this might be a B, and we might be coming down into a C. Okay, and if that's the case, we just want to kind of get an idea as to where that might go. Okay, so let's go ahead and do that. Let's grab this, just pull up it there. This takes us down to 4.447. Okay, so not too low, actually, pretty much aligned to where we were previously. So let me just grab hold of this, and we'll just drop that on there as well, 7.2. Okay, so that could be that we actually overextend this one when we come down to there, and that's actually completing a much larger kind of corrective move. Okay, or it's possible that we kind of move up and then have an expanding flat here. It's quite a few different ways that you can kind of count what's going on. Now, as well, we could also acknowledge that all of this could be a part of a big A, B, and C move going up higher, okay, as we kind of are right in the sweet spot of accumulation, okay? We've been talking about this for a while, right? Our original area is this little yellow box, 4.62 to 4.67, okay? This is an area that we were really focusing in on for quite some time. We actually wicked down a little bit lower, so I drew in here a couple more. We had the 4.262 and the 4.395. And it's very unlikely, but there is 4 cent down at the bottom there as well. And if we do hit that 4 cent, that would actually change the structure of everything that we've got going on, and we would have to reconsider the waves that we have prior. I mean, it would mean that we would probably look to go down lower than 4 cent if we hit that one. Okay, so we want to be a little bit cautious about moving the price down that low. But essentially, what we're looking at here, along with Bitcoin correcting, I wouldn't be too surprised if we actually go all the way down past 4.472, and we head down to maybe towards these 4.3s and 4.2s. Okay, I wouldn't be too surprised with everything that's going on with the Fed announcement that the market gets bled out pretty hard, and we just want to be cautious over that 4 cent range. Okay, it's possible that if we hit that, then we have to change everything that we've got going on so far. Okay, but for the most part, I don't think we're likely to see that. I think we'll take these out. There might be a little bit of a reaction at these particular prices of 4.5 and 4.4, but I think it's probably going to happen that we drop down to the 4.395. This will be a strong area of bouncing as well. So I'm just going to keep an eye out on that. I think the motion should be that we pull down with the rest of the market as the Fed make their announcement, and then I think once that initial kind of emotional reaction is kind of out of the way, the market will come back up. So I'm not expecting huge kind of drops, huge kind of pullbacks here, unless the news is actually negative. I think regardless of whether it is deemed positive or negative long term, the market will react with a downward move. Okay, so I think as emotional investors will react anyway. And I think this is also what's being baked into these waves and these wave counts, right? That we are looking for a reaction down. And I think that's going to happen regardless. Okay, it all depends on whether or not we come down to this low point before we actually have the announcement. If we become oversold on all these timelines before, then I think there's nowhere else to go but up. So we'll have to just watch that to see how that one plays out. If we check the 4 hour, we can see that we're almost open the overbought area again. So again, this is going to be leading to a pretty big bleed out for the Vechain, in my opinion. The 8 hours already in the overbought area, and the daily does need to actually come back down a bit. So I think there's no problems with that one. If we check the weekly though, we're actually correcting this quite nicely. So a little bit more bleeding here for Vechain, and we could see this down in the oversold area pretty quickly. And overall, I think that's kind of where I'm going to leave this. So I don't think there's actually too much to talk about in this video. Essentially, we're just kind of waiting for all this this next kind of pullback to happen. Another moment for accumulation. We're right inside that sweet spot, and I think from here we are going to start to see a pretty big run to the upside. If I actually come up into our daily though, we'll just talk about a bigger kind of macro view. Unlike many other altcoins, let me just get rid of that. Vechain is not following a 5-wave structure up. Instead, Vechain has an ABC structure going up here, and this takes it to its all-time high. And we're in an ABC corrective structure coming down, which I think actually bottomed out at about 3.9. It's possible that we lose that and we go down lower, but I don't think that's necessarily the case here. I think we've got a lot of subwaves and we're looking to kind of move our way back up. From the all-time high down to that low point, we're about 86% crash, which is a very significant crash. I know a lot of people might consider that as a bear market, and that's perfectly fine if that's how you want to kind of articulate it. That's not how I want to articulate it, but it is how many people would take an 86% drop out. Okay, so very significant drops from the all-time highs down to these lows, and we have to ask ourselves, is an 86% drop the place to be buying? Okay, I mean, there's obviously the 90 and the 95 for bear markets. That's usually where you'd see them going, but what a level of discount is enough to start dollar cost averaging and all that kind of stuff. I'll leave that with you guys. Personally, I think an 86% drop is really, really good. We don't want to time necessarily the bottom of the markets, but we want to be low enough that when we actually start dollar cost averaging and we hold for over a year, the next kind of year is going to be, positive rather than negative. Okay, so I do think that time is coming around, and I do expect new all-time highs in 2022, but I do think it's going to be later in the year. It might even have to be the beginning of 2023. We'll have to see how that one plays out. But 86% is a very significant discount. Overall, this could be chalked up as a big, giant A wave, okay, B wave, C wave going up after. Okay, and I've spoken about this before. So we're not in a 5-wave structure, but we will rise up with the rest of the market. The whole entire market will balloon up as Bitcoin goes into its 5th wave, for example. And I do expect, Vechain to hit its levels as spoken about, many times before on this channel without any issues. Guys, I'm going to leave the video there. If you have found this useful and informative, hit the like button. I really do appreciate that. If you happen to be new to the channel, why not go ahead and subscribe? Tap the bell, select all notifications, and in doing so, you will be kept up to date with everything that we do here at 𝗕𝗘𝗪𝗏𝗧. With all that said, done and out of the way, I hope everyone has a fantastic day, and I'll catch you all in the next one.